Right then, listen up. Today, we're not wrestling crocodiles or squeezing water from elephant dung. No, we're diving headfirst into the world of one of nature's most incredible survivors, the iguana. You might think you know these scaly chaps lazing about on a rock, looking like some prehistoric relic that forgot to go extinct. But trust me, there's more to these lizards than meets the eye. They are tough, they are resilient, and they have some seriously mind-blowing tricks up their sleeves. From the dense jungles of Central and South America to the sun-scorched islands of the Galapagos, these creatures have carved out a life in some of the planet's most demanding environments. They are the ultimate survivors, and we're about to find out why. Forget what you see in the pet shops. The wild iguana is a different beast altogether. It's a master of its domain, a creature forged by millennia of evolution to thrive where others would perish. We're going on a journey, a countdown of the 10 most astonishing facts about these reptilian wonders. This isn't just a list, it's a survival guide to understanding one of the most fascinating animals on Earth. We'll uncover secrets that will make you look at every lizard with a newfound respect. So grab your gear, stay sharp, and prepare to have your mind blown. The wild is calling, and the iguana is waiting to reveal its secrets. All right, let's kick this off. Fact number 10. Iguanas have a third eye. No, I'm not pulling your leg. It's not an eye like the two on the front of its head for seeing in 3D. This one is on the top of its head, and it's called the parietal eye. It can't see images or colors, but it's incredibly sensitive to changes in light and shadow. Think of it as a built-in alarm system. If a predator, like a hawk, flies overhead, its shadow triggers this third eye, and the iguana is gone in a flash. Now for fact number 9. Iguanas sneeze salt. This sounds absolutely bonkers, but it's true. Unlike us, they can't just sweat out excess salt from their bodies. Many iguanas, especially the marine iguanas of the Galapagos, have a diet rich in salty plants and seaweed. To avoid turning into a scaly salt shaker, they have special glands in their noses that filter the salt from their bloodstream. Then, with a forceful sneeze, they shoot the concentrated salt crystals out of their nostrils. You'll often see them with white, crusty stuff around their noses. It's not a cold, it's just brilliant biological engineering at work. Moving on to fact number 8. Young iguanas use camouflage to survive. When they're small and vulnerable, green iguanas are a brilliant, vibrant green. This isn't just for show, it's a critical survival tool. This color allows them to blend in perfectly with the lush green foliage of the rainforest canopy where they spend their early years. They are nearly invisible to predators like snakes and birds of prey. As they get older and bigger, they become too large for many of those predators, so their color often fades to a more grayish or orange hue. It's a clever strategy. Be bright and hidden when you're small, and be big and tough when you're grown. Here's a real shocker for you. Fact number 7. Iguanas are fantastic swimmers. You look at this big, scaly land lizard, and you wouldn't think it's at home in the water, but you'd be wrong. They are incredibly agile in the water, tucking their legs against their bodies and propelling themselves forward with powerful serpentine movements of their tail. This is especially true for the marine iguana, the only lizard in the world that forages in the ocean. They can dive to depths of over 30 feet to scrape algae off underwater rocks. Let's get into their defensive tactics. An iguana's tail is a formidable weapon. That long, tapering tail isn't just for balance and swimming. It's a whip, and a powerful one at that. When threatened, an iguana will face its attacker and lash out with its tail with incredible speed and precision. The tail is lined with sharp, serrated scales, and a direct hit can leave a nasty gash enough to deter most predators. And here's the clever part. If a predator manages to grab the tail, the iguana can detach it and make a run for it. The tail will continue to thrash about, distracting the attacker while the iguana escapes. Now, for a bit of lizard language. Iguanas communicate with head bobs. It might look like they're just jamming to some internal music, but all those head movements are a complex form of communication. A slow, deliberate bob can be a sign of greeting or acknowledgement to another iguana. A rapid, jerky bob, often accompanied by a flared dewlap, the flap of skin under their chin, is a sign of aggression or a territorial display. This next one is absolutely wild. Iguanas can survive falls from 40 to 50 feet. In the rainforest, iguanas spend a lot of time high up in the trees. Sometimes they need to make a quick escape, or they simply lose their footing. When they fall, they don't just plummet. They splay their legs out to increase air resistance, much like a skydiver, and relax their bodies. When they hit the ground, their flexible bones and tough skin absorb the impact. Now for their diet. Iguanas are almost exclusively herbivores. Looking at their fierce, dragon-like appearance, you might expect them to be vicious carnivores. But the vast majority of adult iguanas are strict vegetarians. Their diet consists of leaves, flowers, and fruits. My friend from the Philippines once joked they eat more kangkong, that's water spinach, than his grandma. That's why they spend so much of their day basking in the sun. It's not just for lazing about, they need the external heat to raise their body temperature, which in turn speeds up their digestion and helps the bacteria in their gut do its job. So we come to the end of our countdown. The Galapagos marine iguana is a true evolutionary marvel. This is the only lizard on the planet that lives and forages in the sea. It has evolved unique traits found nowhere else, like a flattened tail for swimming and powerful claws for clinging to rocks in strong currents. It even has a darker color to better absorb the sun's heat after a cold dive. And finally, the number one most mind-blowing fact. Some iguanas can put themselves into a coma-like state. During cold snaps in places like Florida, where green iguanas are an invasive species, something incredible happens. As the temperature drops, their bodies essentially shut down. They become stiff, fall out of trees, and appear to be dead. But they're not. They've entered a state of torpor, a temporary hibernation to conserve energy. Once the sun comes out and warms them up, they come back to life and scurry away. From a third eye that sees shadows to sneezing out salt, from surviving death-defying falls to their complex social language of head bobs, the iguana is so much more than just a lazy lizard. It is a master of adaptation, a creature that has conquered land, trees, and even the sea. It's a survivor in the truest sense of the word, equipped with a toolkit of bizarre and brilliant features. So the next time you see an iguana, whether it's in a documentary or basking on a wall in some tropical paradise, take a moment to appreciate the incredible survivor you're looking at. They are, without a doubt, one of the most fascinating animals you will ever encounter. Stay wild.